Alright, so Artsonia is a platform that my students use to upload their artwork. It helps them build online portfolios that follow them all the way from kindergarten through 6th grade, and if they maintain these portfolios, or if they have an art teacher in middle school and high school that also uses Artsonia, they can keep on adding to this artwork. It's great for students to look back and reflect on what they've created. It's a great practice for them to practice photographing their artwork and presenting themselves digitally, since we live in a digital age. And right now, while we're experiencing our distance learning online adventure where everybody's learning at home and creating their artwork at home, sharing their art through Artsonia is really the only way that I get to see what they're creating, and it provides me the opportunity to comment on their artwork, which is really important while we're not all together in an art class. So this video shows how to upload artwork from home. It shows how to upload it both using the traditional Artsonia app, which is what all my students are familiar with, and it also shows how to use the new Artsonia 6.0 app, which all of my students have pushed out on their iPads right now. So both apps are great. I'm more familiar with the original Artsonia app, but the Artsonia 6.0 is a new awesome app that makes some aspects of photographing artwork at home a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you how to log into Artsonia, find Neiman, find your account as a student, photograph your artwork, add an optional title or artist statement, and submit it to me. And I'm even going to show you how you can view the comments that I leave for you on your artwork. So let's get started. Alright, so first we're going to start looking at the regular Artsonia app, which is the rainbow one with the white splatter in the middle of it. We're also going to look at how to use the new Artsonia 6.0 app, which is the inverse of the original app icon. It's white with a rainbow splatter, but we're going to start with regular Artsonia first. So just go ahead and click on it. You click on Students. Then it asks you to enter a classroom access code. Now at school, we would click the purple button and scan a QR code, but at home, you're just gonna type in our code. So for Neiman, you're just going to type in the code that I've shared with you guys. And then you are going to confirm that you're at Neiman, and you're gonna start typing your name. So you just start with your first name, and usually you only have to type 3 or 4 letters till you find your name. Then you're going to click on it. Now, if you've entered art before, or I've entered your art on Artsonia for you, this screen would have all your art in your portfolio. This is a student account that I made up as an example, so it's empty. So to add art, you're going to click on the top right Add Art button. Then you need to select which project you're adding art to. So for most of you, it's going to be the Art at Home project. From here, you're going to take a picture of your artwork. Your camera is going to be activated. Now, if you've already taken a picture of your artwork and it's in your camera roll, you can just click on Import and then click Camera Roll. Scroll through your folders till you find your project and then click on it and upload it from your previously taken picture. But for most of us on this screen, we're gonna go ahead and just take a picture of our artwork. Now, once you've taken a picture, it's going to prompt you to crop your image. For your two-dimensional works of art, this is where you remove all the background, that empty space that's around your project, whether it's the floor or your refrigerator or a board that you've hung your artwork up on. For Artsonia, you really want the image to just be your picture. So you're going to drag each of the 4 corners to the corner of your artwork. And when you think you have your artwork framed in, cutting off all of the outside space around your artwork, but showing as much of your artwork as you can, you click Next. On the next screen, this is where you adjust and finalize your image. So there are some different tools at the bottom. For most of your projects, I would prefer that you don't use these tools because it's changing the way your project actually looks. And on Artsonia, you want to upload an authentic picture of your work of art. I sometimes use the blur tool to blur out names since your art's being shared publicly online. But other than that, we really don't want to enhance or change or filter our picture at all. As you're looking at your picture on this screen, if you notice that it needs to be cropped a little bit more, don't click Submit yet. click the crop back button on the top left and go back to the previous screen and adjust your crop till there's no extra space shown around the edges of your picture. Once you have your picture exactly the way you want it to be submitted online, you click submit in the top right. That sends it to me for approval before it goes live. And that automatically takes you to the next screen, which is the title screen. Here you can give your artwork a title. You don't have to give your artwork a title, and if you choose not to, you can just click skip. But once you start typing a title, you either need to click save to go back and finish it later, or click submit. Please remember, anytime you click submit, it automatically goes to me and you can't edit it anymore. So if you're going to want to come back and work on something later, always click save. Really good titles are creative. They clearly relate to the work of art, but they are more interesting than just telling what the work of art is a picture of. A boring title here would have been elephant or pink elephant or elephant drawing. Instead, I created a title that tells a little bit more of a story that is shown in the image. Titles also are capitalized, just like a name. So the first letter of each word in a title begins with a capital letter. Once you have a title that you like, you're going to click submit again, and it's going to take you to the next screen, which asks you to write an artist statement. An artist statement is what you would want to tell other people about your artwork when they're looking at it. Artist statements can be creative stories that relate to your work of art, or they can be very descriptive, telling about how you made the work of art, what you would change about it, how you would improve it, what you think was successful about it. Usually on this screen, you'll see a paragraph or a few sentences under your picture. These are prompts that I have written for this project to help you think of an artist statement. So sometimes I might tell you to answer a certain number of questions, or I might ask you to tell a story about your work of art, but please make sure to read these directions before you begin typing your artist statement. Once you have an artist statement that you like, you can either click save or submit. Remember, if you click save, you can always go back and edit it later by just clicking on it again. But once you've clicked submit, you can't make any changes. It's been sent to me for approval. Once you're done with your picture, title, and artist statement, you'll be taken to your artwork summary screen. You can click back and go to the screen that has all your works of art. So you can see now here this sample student account has one work of art from this school year. You can also see in orange it says in review, which means it's been submitted to the teacher, in this case that's me, for approval. I look through everything you've made before I approve it, before it goes live on our Neiman Artsonia page and before other people can view what you've created. If you slide down your screen to refresh it, you'll see that the teacher, me, has approved this work of art. Now in green it says approved, which means that your family can view your work of art. If you click on that work of art, you can look at it again and see that next to the art, the title, and the artist statement, there is a green check mark, which means all three are approved. This is also how you would go back and edit those if I asked you to make any edits or changes. When you click on your work of art here, it would say that it needs to be fixed, and then you could click on it and fix it. Next, we're going to explore the Artsonia 6.0 app. That's the new app that Artsonia put out. It does a lot of the same stuff that the regular Artsonia app does. It has the same purpose. It just does it in a slightly different way, which some people prefer, and it also has a couple extra bonuses that are really cool. So the first thing you're going to notice when you open it up and click on students is that it automatically opens your camera to scan our school QR code. So if we were in the classroom, that would be great because you would just walk right up and scan the code. But for at home, you are going to have to click on the keyboard in the bottom right hand corner to type your code in. You're still going to type in the same code that we would use on the older Artsonia app, and you're going to click sign in just like you normally would. Another big difference is that after you scan the QR code or click sign in, it's going to confirm that you're at Neiman, but it's going to ask you which grade you're in. So you click a grade. This helps you just find your name better. Then you click a class. Then instead of having to type your name, it pulls up all the name choices for that class, and you can just click on your name. Now, the page with your name and your artwork also looks pretty different from the other Artsonia app, and it has some more options. So it automatically opens on the home screen. You know you're on home because if you look at the bottom of the screen, home is highlighted in blue. The two things that this screen shows are any announcements that I've put out, which is a new option with this app. Also, any artwork that's in review. So that's artwork you've submitted that I haven't approved yet, or artwork that I've sent back to you for edits. The middle button at the bottom is projects. So if you open this up, these are all the different project folders from projects that you might have created. So if you've made lots of different projects through the school year, you probably have a project in each of these folders or in many of these folders. This is also an area where you can submit projects. So if there's a folder or a project folder that you've made a work of art for, you can click on it to add your work of art to that folder. Here you can see that I have one work of art in the at-home projects folder. If you made something else that's an at-home work of art, you could click on that folder again to add artwork there. The last button on the bottom is just your artworks. So if you click on this, this just shows every artwork that you've created, not divided up by project folders, but just everything in general that you can click on and view. One thing you'll notice as I switch through all of these screens is they all have a circle with a plus sign in it. That means that on any of these screens you have the option of uploading new artwork. When you click on it, it's going to ask you which folder you want to put your project in. So for most of you, that's art at home. And if you've already got something there, it's just going to confirm that you want to put something else in that project folder. And for us right now, we're going to be putting lots of art in the same project folder because we're making lots of art at home. When you submit art on the new Artsonia app, it's automatically going to ask you if you want to take a new photo or import a photo. So remember, importing a photo just means pulling a photo up out of your photos that you've already taken. Most of us are going to click on take a photo, just like we did in our other app, and take a new photo of our artwork. After you take the photo, it's going to ask you if you want to use the photo you've taken or retake it. If you're looking at the photo and it's blurry or too far away, this is your chance to retake your photo without having to click back to retake it. If you've taken a good, close, in-focus photo, go ahead and click on Use Photo. And it's going to prompt you to the next screen, which is where we crop and rotate our projects, just like on the other app. It looks a little different, but it does basically the same things, where you drag your corners to the corners of your artwork. On this screen, you also want to rotate your artwork so that it is upright, not sideways or upside down. Your next screen is just like it was on the last app. This is your chance to click back and fix your crop one more time, or if you have it cropped exactly the way you want it, this is your chance to submit your artwork. The screen also has some of those options at the bottom like blur, but again, I don't want you to use those settings on your art project. So you'll click submit, and then just like the regular Artsonia app, it'll prompt you through doing a title and an artist statement. You'll always have the options of skip. Once you start typing, you will have the options of save or submit, and you'll just work through these just like you would on your other Artsonia app. Now that you've submitted your artwork, you can see under the artwork page, you have 2 works of art. But if you click on the projects, you only have artwork in one project folder. That's because both of these went into the art at home. If you click on your home button, you can see now that there's one artwork in review. That's because you've submitted that artwork to me, but I haven't approved it yet. Once I've approved it, if you refresh this screen, you will no longer have any artworks in review, and our artwork will be approved and will be live on our Artsonia page, just like on the other Artsonia app. One cool new feature of this new app is you can see the comments I've left for you on your artwork. So if you click on your artwork page and then click on one of your projects, if a teacher has left any comments for you, you can view them from your student account. Whereas on the old Artsonia app, you either had to be on a parent account or you had to have a code to type in to view comments left on your projects. But with Artsonia 6.0, you can see the comments that I've left for you. All right, guys, that's it. Remember, presenting your artwork, that presentation aspect, is just as important as creating your artwork. Because not only do we create our artwork for ourselves, we also create our artwork to be viewed by the world. And in elementary school, the way we share our artwork is through Artsonia. So knowing how to use Artsonia, especially right now while you're using it at home without my help, is very important. I hope that this video helped you figure some stuff out, and I hope that you refer back to it every time you upload a work of art to Artsonia. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.